Hi, my name is Jen and this is Unstoppable TV for forward-thinking, driven and ambitious female entrepreneurs and influencers. And today is going to be really fun because I am joined with Sandra Cormack,
Hi.
Makeup and hair artist extraordinaire. Responsible for me today as well. How are you doing, Sandra?
Oh, great. It's great to be here, Jen. It's been really great to work with you over the past few days and meet some amazing women and do their hair and makeup.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And of course, thank you for having this chat with us. Okay, so first of all, I want to ask you, have you always been a hair and makeup artist?
No, I haven't actually. I trained as a hairstylist when I left school.
Yeah.
And I did that for a long time. And then when I had my daughter, when she was 4, I decided to go to university, apply, got accepted to see if I had a brain, because I left school with 1 English O level just by accident. Went to university, did a master's degree, and then did a postgrad master's. And for a long time I was involved in health and social work, women's groups, campaigning for domestic violence against women and children, working with drug problems, health promotion in the community, all that kind of thing.
Amazing.
So that's what I did before I started my business.
Wow,
totally
amazing.
Different.
So then when you were thinking about, okay, something has to change, or what was it that made you take this big change? Like, was there a defining moment, or was it just a case of I want to experience something else? What was the
big change? I suppose I just became stuck in a rut with the work I was doing. I felt I'd gone as far as I could possibly go, and I thought, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? Because I was a bit older then. And it was my husband, Alan, who said, "You've always loved makeup, why don't you become a makeup artist?"
Oh my goodness, it was his kind of idea.
It was, he was the one responsible.
And what did you say at that point? Because
I just said,
no experience at this point either?
No experience. I always loved makeup, I was always good at doing my own makeup, but I'd never done anybody else's makeup really. So I was like, how can I do that? That just seems like an impossible dream. How do I go about it? And so I was talking myself out of it, and he said, well, if you don't try, you'll never know. So that's what I did.
And what were some of the things that you were trying to talk yourself out with? What were some of those things that were popping up in your head?
I suppose I didn't know any other makeup artists. I didn't know people who lived in my city who did that. And so I didn't really have anybody apart from the more famous ones to look to, and they just, were such successes, and so it just seemed like this huge mountain that I thought I couldn't overcome it, and so I just did a bit of research, and I thought, well, I'm older as well, so I want to fast track this. So I trained at Academy of Freelance Makeup in London. And it was a quick 2-week course.
Oh, amazing! Okay.
And it was really, really good because some of the tutors, they've had Vogue covers, they'd done all the World Fashion Weeks, they'd done
that was
celebs.
So already you knew the standard of makeup artist you wanted to be as well.
Yes.
You were like shooting for the fashion shows, for the magazine tutorials, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
So you were trained by those people. That's amazing.
Yeah, really good grounding in it, and from there, my first job was London Fashion Week.
Oh wow!
Done that a few times here in makeup, and just my business just took off from there. I was very lucky. I think the stars just aligned. I'd found my thing I was really passionate about.
Yeah. What was London Fashion Week like? I need to ask.
Mayhem.
Was it mayhem? Yeah.
So busy, so full on, so creative, so buzzing. Amazing experience. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. So although you said that obviously makeup was something you always loved, can you remember like your first look in a makeup bag, or like a first time you putting on lipstick or anything like that when you were wee?
When I was wee, going in my mum's makeup bag and
used to do it all the time
in families, and just lipstick all over the place. And Well, just typical kids thing.
Playing about with it. So what part of your work now then makes you absolutely come alive when it comes to the makeup and hair artistry that you do?
What really makes me come alive and what I really love about what I do is when you get a woman, and not even a woman, as a man, I do transsexuals and transvestites and anybody that wants to learn how to do their hair and makeup better. Someone that doesn't have the confidence or thinks that they can't look good, it's great to just see them come alive in your eyes and you just see something in them that it's just great. And you're learning them the skills. Yeah, for them to then do it as well.
I actually remember having a discussion with a friend who is quite heavily into feminism. And she would definitely say that she's a feminist and this is what she does. And I was chatting about the makeup and hair because I love it. I absolutely adore it. And she said to me, but you shouldn't need to wear makeup to make you feel confident. You shouldn't need to do your hair to make you feel confident. And I was like, yeah, okay, I understand that, but this is my choice. I'm not wearing my hair a certain way or my makeup a certain way for anyone else. I'm doing it to have confidence in myself and to feel empowered because that's just one thing that helps me get into that place. Do you get that quite often, this thing about, but you look great without makeup, and it's but I just choose to wear it because I really enjoy wearing it.
Yeah. I suppose not often, but regularly enough, or it's almost like a backhanded compliment to a woman that's had a really nice makeover. They put their picture on social media, whatever, and people go, "Be nice." Oh, but you look good even without makeup. Yeah. And it's kind of,
it's just say she looks amazing as well.
You look fantastic, know. And I think for me as well, I don't wear makeup for anybody else. Don't do my hair for anybody else. Half the time my hair's a mess, falling out of bed. Don't even get time to brush it. But that's just me. But I wear it, and I believe women should wear it because they want to, not because it's dictated by them or they should feel guilty or for whatever reason. It's your choice. If you want to wear makeup and look nice and you do it for you, that's your right to do that. That's your choice. There's nothing wrong with that.
Definitely. And we were having a chat earlier on just when we were getting ready for this episode today, and we did chat a bit about feminism and how the word now is kind of been taken out of context. Totally, hasn't it?
It's a bit solid.
Yeah, it's just went to a completely different extreme. I see a lot of man bashing going on, and then that trying to be covered up as feminism, which to me it is absolutely not. I see a lot of feminist movements again dictate to a woman, what they should and shouldn't be doing. You can't do that because that's not the way that a woman should be. Or the makeup thing does come up often.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, can we not just be having a bit of concentration on just being really kind human beings? And I get that there's a lot of work to do. I get the fact that women haven't always been treated equally, and I think that we're making some progress. And I think it's going to get better. But it's this whole thing about being equal to a man as well. We came up against a really good point. It's like, well, I don't really want to be equal to a man that's not kind and generous and supportive. I would rather be then equal to a woman who is kind and generous and supportive. So for me, I used to say, I want to just be an equalist, if there's such a thing, as opposed to a feminist.
A decent human being.
A decent human being, someone that's just I think that we should be equal, but I don't just want to settle for equal either. I want to go all the way. I want to be the best woman I can be.
Yeah.
Not in comparison to a man. I just want to be the best woman. Do you agree with that?
I totally agree. And like you were saying, we were chatting earlier about that at length.
Yeah.
And the main things that came out of it is that, we need to look at what feminism means nowadays, I think, because feminism to me, my interpretation is it's a woman's right to choose what she wants to do as long as she's not harming anyone. It's her right over her body, her looks, what she wants to do, career-wise, whatever. And when you get, and I've seen it on programmes and wherever, or reported in the media, when you get other women dictating, never mind men, other women saying you can't do this job because you're being exploited, you know, the whole darts things or whatever it is, the track girls, and these girls saying, but we're not being exploited.
We enjoy our job.
We enjoy it. We love it. This is my livelihood, and that for these women, their livelihood and income has been taken away from them because
someone else is saying that they're being exploited.
Who term themselves a feminist thinks you shouldn't be doing that. But who gives these people the right to dictate what a woman should be doing?
Yeah, it should be their own personal choice.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I do feel as well there is a lot of programs. There's a lot of sometimes radio shows as well. I'm guilty of it a little bit, and it's bashing other women constantly.
We should be.
It's like, let's look at the magazines.
Holding ourselves up.
100%. And working together. We're stronger together. We know that as women. Men know that as men. Women and men together are super strong because you need those different energies.
Absolutely.
You need the softness of a man or a woman, and you need the power of another man or a woman. It doesn't have to be so kind of black and white, doesn't it not?
No.
But you do see a lot of these programs where they're looking through magazines and they're having judgment opinions or judgmental opinions on what someone is wearing, what someone has had their hair like, you know, what they've decided to do when it comes to their body image or their weight management, loss or gain. And I just feel as if we should be so far over that now.
It's cool.
We had that moment, you know, a couple of years back. It was all, you know, the size 6 was coming out, but that's not a bad thing. If a woman wants to be a size 6, fine. You know, it's one of these things. It's like, can we not just that beautiful term, live and let live a little bit more, and just as long as someone's happy, let them be happy, and stop with the over judgment. Do you agree? Do you see that often as well? Like
I see it all the time.
Women putting women down
and
often.
things, and women putting women down. You have to be a certain way, or you have to be, you know, look a certain way, or whatever. And I think it's frightening for young children, not just the female children, men. You know, it's all this pressure on them to look a certain way or be a certain way, and. It'd be really good if that changed.
It would be amazing. It would be amazing.
So.
And actually, probably we should be saying here at Unstoppable TV, it's kind of the point, you know. I wanted to make a station or a channel where women could come, real women who have an art, an expertise, a skill, a story, which by the way we all have, and give them a platform to talk about what they do and have their, you know, opinions counted. As opposed to some of the things that I'm seeing just now, which is all very much, let's build someone up ever so slightly just so that we can start to tear back down. So it's empowerment all the way, and I hope to goodness that you enjoy it. And remember, you can always be on the show as well, and you can click the link below and possibly come on board. But Sandra, let's get back to having a chat. Tell me, I'm really excited to hear this. What has been your favourite job so far? And I can imagine you've done hundreds of incredible
I've had
things,
really amazing jobs, and I'm trying to think. One of them, well, there's probably a few. I can't just name one. One really good one was working with Arlene Phillips.
Oh, of course.
Because I've always admired her as a woman. And I did her hair and makeup, was really privileged to do it. And she's someone who is so talented in lots of areas, and just the nicest person, lovely to work with. And who else? Scouting for Girls did their video Millionaire. They were a great bunch to work with. And Kirsty Wark, amazing woman. Again, so talented in lots of areas, and such a nice person to work for.
Amazing.
Work with, sorry.
So when it comes to your products as well, because I love all this stuff, what would you say are your top 3 products, your go-to ones that are in your bag that you would hate to not be
Now
with?
you've put me on the spot. How could I pick 3? Right, let me think. I think a go-to would be, I love MAC paint pots.
Okay.
My favourite one is Groundwork.
Yeah.
Love it. I probably used up my whole pot here over the past 3 days because it just suits every woman. It's fabulous. Great base. Make sure your shadow stays in place all day and night. That would be one of them. My other one would be, let me see. Oh, well, a new one, which is now going to be my go-to, is the e.l.f. blushes.
Yeah.
Because
I've seen
Superdrug
them.
now stock them. Some of the Superdrug stores stock them. And I picked up one of the blush palettes, and they're fabulous. In fact, you're wearing one.
Wearing one?
You're wearing one. And what would be another product to go to? Would be probably RCMA products, their foundations and their powder, translucent powder.
Lovely.
Love those.
Lovely.
Yeah, they're probably my staples.
Your go-to ones?
Definitely.
Another question I was really interested to ask is, who would you adore to paint? Whose face would you adore to paint, and whose hair would you adore to do as well?
So many, isn't
And
there?
there's so many.
There's so many.
Amazing women.
Be great to do another makeup artist, actually.
I
Maybe a
suppose,
celebrity
yeah.
makeup artist, like, I don't know, Charlotte Tilbury or
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Lisa Eldridge, Caroline Barnes, all these
Are
amazing
these
people.
women that you adore as well?
I do.
Yeah.
I follow them and look at what they're so inspiring.
Yeah.
It would just be fun to do another makeup artist.
Yeah. When someone does your makeup, are you quite like, no, I'm not having this? Or do you just let the makeup artist do their job? Are you a bit half and half?
Nobody really does my makeup. I think I just know my own face. It's not the easiest to do. And my hair's not the easiest either. So I just, I like to do my own hair and makeup. I even used to cut my own hair up until recently.
Love it.
Just chop away, I'm not very precious about my own hair and makeup, but I've just got my own quick way of doing it, and just prefer doing it myself.
Amazing. So what is next for you, Sandra?
Next, I'd like to do more teaching. I do teaching people how to do hair and makeup, and I want to just do it on a bigger scale, maybe bigger groups, book some venues, and just train people in how I do it and how to do hair and makeup in the industry, being a session hair and makeup artist, film, TV, brides, all sorts of things.
Yeah. And can you tell us, for anyone that's out there listening just now, what would your tips be for people thinking about coming into the hair and makeup industry as a career?
Tips would be, number one would be just open yourself up to any opportunity. You're going to have to do work that's unpaid, but unpaid doesn't mean you're doing it for free, because you're learning on the job. It's difficult to get into films and things like that, so sometimes you have to work for nothing to then get that experience.
And build up the portfolio.
Build up your portfolio, build up your connections. If you're good at what you do, people are going to recommend you, rehire you. If it's bridal and you're starting out, and before you practice on real life brides, because it's a really serious business, someone's weddings is very special, and I love doing weddings. Hook up with some photographers in the area that, again, maybe want more experience, or they are experienced and they're looking for hair and makeup artists to do some test shooting.
Amazing.
So try and do things like that. Leave yourself open, but don't let yourself be exploited either. Once you've got your experience, your portfolio, never work for nothing for the sake of it, because you don't have to. You should be getting paid your worth in what you do.
Excellent.
But yeah.
Any more tips for them? What about especially for, remember you were telling me about the fact that when you were thinking about the career change, there was a few things in your head going, no, maybe you couldn't do that. What would you say to them? Was there a way that you managed just to go over it, or did you just think, you know what, I'm just going all in and we'll see what happens? I suppose I was lucky enough to do that. I'm not saying it was the right way, but I gave up my full-time, well-paid job, trained, struggled for a year because I had to plough a lot of money into my business and build up my clientele. But I did that full-time. I just went for it. Absolutely full-time. I realised not everybody can do that, but for me it worked. It really did. And everybody's different. If you need to go into it part-time or
you know, dip your toe slowly then.
But you love your job.
I absolutely love my job.
You can understand
really
why
do.
people would love to do this as work,
Yeah.
because it is exciting, and all the things that you can do to make other people feel amazing about themselves.
Yeah.
You know, it's beautiful. Okay, so thank you so much for answering some of our questions today. But of course, there's factor forfeit. That's what happens at Unstoppable TV. Are you ready?
Okay.
So you've got 30 seconds to answer these questions. There's only a few. And if you don't answer them correctly, then there's a forfeit. So can we have 30 seconds on the clock? Here we go. Fave makeup artist.
Charlotte Tilbury.
Most inspiring female.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Love, love, love. Finish this lyric. You make me wanna.
Shout.
Easy. Okay, red or natural lip?
For me, natural. For most other people, red. Love a red
I
lip.
love a red lip. And an evening out looks like?
Mayhem.
Love it, love it. So again, thank you so much for joining
you're
me.
welcome.
It's been amazing speaking to you.
Loved
We could
it.
literally chat to you all day. And I'm really excited to see what's next for you as well and where you go.
Thanks
It's
very
extremely
much.
talented, so thank you. Thank you so much for everyone who is out there watching today or this evening, wherever you are in the world. It's an absolute pleasure to have you join us. If you like this episode, then please drop us a comment below. And of course, you know where you can find out more about Unstoppable TV, because you can click the link and it'll take you through to the website. On the website, there's lots of free goodies and tips and value that you can pull and use for your own business and life too. So have a lovely day or night, and I will see you soon. It's time to become unstoppable. Are you ready?